Welcome back, everybody. Mudford here, and looks kind of like I'm working on a plumbing project, you might think, but no. PVC has many uses. Today I'm going to be making some feeders for my small chickens. These are some Cornish rocks we picked up from our local tractor supply store for meat birds, and they plump up fast. These are only a couple weeks old and they already got their feathers in. They're getting huge. From what I've read, they live about 8 weeks is all, and they'll be so fat it'll be time to butcher them. So this is the feeder I got for them, and they're already eating so much. I mean, I filled this up this morning and it's already down, and they make a huge mess with it, and you see it all over the floor. They're just slobs, you know. So I'm making the new ones, and also, I'll see if I can turn this around. Here's what I got for a water for them. More PVC pipe, just capped with a T, and then it has these watering nipples on it. There's 4 of them. I've only got 6 birds. It comes up like this. Comes up like this, and you just fill it up right here. What I did is this is just a 3-inch Y with a 2-inch pipe coming off of it. And I put these, I forget what these are called. They fit right in there. It's the same diameter. It's the same diameter as the 3-inch pipe. They slide right in the bottom there, and the food will set right on top of that. And what I did, I glued it in, which I probably wouldn't have had to do or shouldn't have done. But I just cut these rings a 3-inch off to help hold that in when the food's in there. Just gonna have to set the camera down probably. Okay, this ring here is just about a 1-inch piece of 3-inch that I cut off. Fit it down in there, and I used a extension and just tapped it down till it's seated right on that. So now I can put my feed right in there for them, and they can stick their head in here and get it out, hopefully without spilling it all over. And then I cut another piece here to fit in there, just to hold more food. So now there's my feeder, and this comes right up to the top of my brooder box here. There's one more thing before it's done. I've done some trimming on these little plugs here. I can't remember what these are called, but they fit right into a 2-inch. They're actually the same size as a 2-inch pipe. I did a lot of grinding and cutting on these to get them the shape I wanted. And I have a screw going in. I take that screw out and drill a hole in the bottom, and then slip that where I want it in here, and then screw it back in. And what that's going to do is just to put a lip right here on the bottom. These chickens' heads are pretty big. There's plenty of room for it to get down in there. And when they're pulling food out, they spill it all over, and this will just kind of be like a guard to keep more of it in, less spillage all over the floor that gets wasted. And these are, if you have laying hens, you can use these, and they are adaptable, because that's what I did when my laying hens were small. I had them in that same brooder there with the similar feeders in, and then as they got bigger and went into the coop, I actually had 4 of these for them, because we had so many of them, so many chickens. And I actually used a Y, tied a couple of them together, and I put like I think it's a 4-inch all the way up to almost to the top of my chicken coop. And they can go for probably 3 or 4 days in the summer then between feedings, and they'll be fine. So these are adaptable, and normally I don't glue the ones for the food at all, so I can pop them back apart. They work just fine. But yeah, this is a great way to keep the chickens fed for longer periods of time and avoid the wasted food. Okay, here's the finished product. pretty much full of food. And you can see they can stick their head right in here and grab it out. But this will kind of, hopefully, like a kind of a splash guard or whatever, sort of keep more of it in there so they don't spill quite as much of it. The last thing I'm going to do is, chickens are pretty dumb, they'll knock this over on themselves. So I'll drill a hole here, put a screw to hold it to the side of the brooder so it doesn't tip over on them. And we'll see if any of them are eating out of the other one yet. Yep. So hopefully that makes less mess.